picot foot includes buttonhole and centered itself.
Hey everyone, this is Sarah with SewingPartsOnline.com, and today I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks for using heat set glue. All right, now let's get into the fun part. A couple things to think about and to have with you when you're doing this if you want a really successful finished product. Keep a hold of the back of the packaging. It has all this information already on it for you, so you can refer to later if you forget or just need a quick tip, quick reminder. Now, when we're doing this, we're gonna do it on two different kind of fabrics. We're gonna do it on like a satin kind of fabric. It's not real satin, but you know, it's like a poly satin, and a standard cotton. Two things that you need. You need your glue, but you also want like a muslin cover for your ironing board, because with this, if you can make, some of the fabric dyes might leak with this onto your ironing board. Also, it's glue, so it's gonna get a little sticky. It's just gonna protect your iron. So I'm gonna be using my heat press. I'm gonna be using a muslin cover for the ironing board, and I'm going to be using a heat resistant press cloth. Really, this is just some, batting, couple layers of fabric will do fine. Basically, the point is to more evenly distribute the heat so that you don't get like a crunchy finish, and to protect your sole plate from getting gunky. The fabric will stick on it and lift with it, all that nastiness. So let's just jump right into it. First, we're gonna do the cotton. Here's the trick to using heat. All you want to, or heat products, you want to shake it up, apply it evenly across the fabric. You don't need a lot. You really don't need a lot to do this. You just need it distributed evenly. So kind of really work it around. You don't want gunked up parts. So just a nice, and use the nozzle to just, there we go. Now, one layer at a time. So if you wanted to do like a full hem, so you do the one and then two, no. Just do one gluing at a time. Cover it up. Bring down your iron or your pressing tool for a total of 60 seconds. So we're gonna wait 60 seconds and then we're gonna lift. So now we lift it, remove our heat press, or our heat cover, and then you can see it still has that flexibility that you want, and it's not popping up. Now with this setting, it recommends on the bottle to use a wool setting. Okay. For this, I increased it to the cotton setting because I have this thick heat press. I really want the heat to be distributed evenly as kind of like a buffer. So I did 30 or 60 seconds with this, kind of heavy cotton. It's like a medium cotton, and used the linen setting. So it was actually pretty hot, and that's how I got this. Now you can overheat something, so make sure you stick to the 60 seconds. Now I'll go ahead and flip this again and show you how it works with two layers. So let's just do the exact same process. Shake it up. Right? Distribute it evenly as you can. You don't have to gunk it on. It's not, first grade art project. You can really kind of spread it out. Don't go overboard on the glue. And then we'll see what it looks like here in 60 seconds. All right, so we went ahead, did our 60 seconds. Because it's two layers, if you find that it's kind of popping up after 60 seconds, go ahead, put a little bit more time on it. But here we go, let's see. Nope, not coming up, and it still maintains that flexibility. That's what we really like, is the flexibility that you don't get with other kind of glues. Now with this is washable. However, I would only wash it on the cold setting, and I do not recommend stitching over this. This isn't like Stitch Witchery, where some of those you can stitch over. I really don't recommend stitching over it. It's gonna gunk up your machine. It's gonna give you uneven stitches. This is really for the no-sew projects when you don't wanna actually like sew a hem or something like that. Now let's go ahead and do the satin fabric and watch how well it works on that. All right, now let's apply our layer of glue. Same as before, kind of spread it out as best as you can to avoid any of those lumpy areas. Flip it over, right? cover it with your cloth. Now, with this one, we're gonna do it for 60 seconds on a wool setting. This is the one we're gonna use the wool setting on. With the cotton, we cranked it up to linen because once again, you have this thick protectant over it. With this one, we're gonna stick to wool. We're gonna do the 60 seconds. It'll work wonderfully. All right, so let's lift it up and take a look. Okay, so you can see here, had a little bit of the dye come out of it. I didn't pre-wash this or anything, but you can see here it maintains that flexibility, right? And the cool thing about this is you don't see those, sometimes with glue you can see the discoloration underneath, but this one you can't tell at all, which is really nice. Flick it up, it's not coming undone, working really, really well. And the same with the other fabric. I can flip this over and it'll have the same look again. You know, it'll still have that flexibility, it'll still adhere very well. The one thing about this that you need to know is that this isn't gonna work on your super thin fabrics and sheer fabrics. It's gonna get crunchy, it's just not gonna work. You're better off using a strip of like a Stitch Witchery or something with the thinner fabrics. But it does work great for medium to heavy fabrics. It can work with your delicate fabrics. Remember, use some kind of buffer, right? So like our pre-made quilted scraps or whatever, and use a muslin on the bottom to protect your ironing board. And that's pretty much all there is to this stuff. You can do no-sew projects, although we never recommend doing a no-sew, but in those one cases that you do need to, this is a great product to use. So to purchase your own heat set glue, be sure to visit us on sewingpartsonline.com, or if you just want to go and hang out with our sewing community, visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/sewingpartsonline, on Twitter, on Google+, or on Instagram, and be sure to hit that subscribe button below for more sewing videos.